Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, as you can see in the title, this is my Tati Made Me Do It tutorial. So every single product today is something that Tati Westbrook, also known on YouTube as the GlamLifeGuru, has raved about. And honestly, it's for good reason. These products are fantastic. So make sure to like the video if this is something you're into, subscribe to the channel because I do upload twice a week and I'd love for you to be able to see all the fun stuff I post. And if you're subscribed to my channel but you're not subscribed to Tati, you're doing something wrong because she is amazing and redefines guru. So make sure you go follow her too. Without further ado and without to keep you waiting, let's get right into it. So for primer today, I'm going to be going in with the Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer from Tarte. Tati has been talking about this forever. It is just this really thick, almost moussey cream. I love it because you press it into the pores and it just helps to smooth out everything. Gives you a super smooth base and just it helps to blur, it helps to mattify, and it definitely helps to prolong the makeup throughout the day. For foundation today, I'm going to be taking the YSL All Hours Foundation. I'm in the shade B20, and I'm just going to take that onto a glass palette. And because this is a Tati video, I'm going to be putting it on with my Clarisonic. I always forget how much more coverage you get out of a foundation when you use this. Now, I love the finish of this foundation, but it does oxidize a little bit yellow, so I just compensate for that by just, setting it with different powders. So I'm just going to finish blending that out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I know that this definitely looks a little light, but don't worry, it is going to come down a little bit as it sits a bit. So for highlight, I'll be going in with the Tarte Shape Tape. I feel like I don't even have to waste my time talking about it. Everybody, not just Tati, loves it. And she's actually also the reason I picked up the Maybelline Age Rewind. I mean, she's the reason I pick up pretty much anything she recommends, but this foundation and concealer combo just works so well. So I'm just gonna brighten with this like I always do. And for powder today, I will be taking the Cody Airspun. Another staple favorite that I've seen Tati use on her channel I'm gonna say a million times. I mean, she uploads 5 times a week I do. I mean, I know it's not my full-time job and I do work as well, but it takes a lot for me to be able to upload twice a week. And I would love to get to the point where I could do it 5 days a week and make that a full-time thing. But the fact that she does it, it's just absolutely insane. I've actually gotten upset on Saturday mornings before because there weren't new videos. How do you have that much content? It's just, it is mind-boggling. Now to set the rest of the face, I'm going to be taking the Stay Matte from RImmel. I'm in the shade 03 Natural. And I'm just going to put that basically anywhere I didn't put the Airspun. And I don't know if you see, but the color's already starting to come down a bit. And I usually go a little lighter than my neck anyway, just because, I match to my arms. My neck is very red. For contour today, I'm going to be taking the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. Now, this is something I've seen Tati use, again, so many times. She actually tends to use these shades as, matte eyeshadows as well, which I love. But for today, I'm going to use it in the traditional sense, and I'm going to contour with it. And I'll be using the Shade and Light brush because I picked this up recently and I've been loving it. So I'm going to be taking the lightest of the contour shades like I always do and just contouring. And someone actually asked me recently why I don't contour my forehead. I use bronzer up there, but I don't love the way it looks contoured just because it actually I don't have a lot of space here, so I find that contouring is not always necessary. And this is the JD Wadey 180 Nose Contour Brush, which I have been loving lately. And now to get rid of this powder, I'm going to use the light side, and I'm going to be taking these two shades. I mean, clearly I love this one, but I'm taking these two today, and I'll be mixing them together and just using that to knock off any of this RImmel, any of this Airspun that's still under there. And also, you know, kind of brighten that a little bit more. And for bronzer today, I'll be going in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Now, not only is it a great affordable bronzer, but like I could have done the Marc Jacobs. I mean, there are other options, but of the ones I have, this is the one that I feel like I've seen Tati talk the most about. I don't see her using it all that often, but I do, like, anytime she's talking about a bronzer that is either really expensive in one of her WTFs or something that's, you know, up there in price and just not great, she'll talk about how much, you know, better this Physicians Formula bronzer is. I will be completely honest, though. I actually picked it up because Kathleen Lights recommended it. However, I mean, with the amount of times Tati's mentioned it, obviously it is a great bronzer as well. So I'm kind of giving it to both of them. For blush, I'm going to be taking the, it's actually a NARS dupe. It's from Japanesque that I also heard about from Tati because I saw her using it and I'm like, I want that brush. And then she mentioned the Japanesque one is just as good as the NARS and I love it. So I'm going to be using that with NARS Orgasm Blush, which, you know, Tati will tell you she wore on her wedding day. So clearly she likes it. And normally I will take a blush brush on something, you know, a little more dense. But, I mean, she tends to take it on something a little softer and it always looks so pretty. So this definitely helps to build the color up a bit and you never get, like, too blushy. Now for highlight, if you have been watching Tati's channel for any amount of time, you will know that Daylight from Lorac has been one of, if not her favorite highlighter, basically forever. She did a whole video on how upset she was that it cracked and she got a foaming repair mousse just to fix this. And honestly, it is very good. So I'm just going to take that on my Morphe M510. Now, originally when I tried it out, I didn't see all the hype because, I mean, I like a blinding highlight. And it was just because I wasn't using it right. Because normally, like, I'll swirl the brush a little bit and I'll go in and that'll be pretty much enough. With this one, you definitely have to, like, give a good swirl to get some product up. But once you do, like, it is stunning. And it's a little lighter than I normally will go with a highlighter for myself, because I do prefer to use more of, like, a bronzy highlight, but I love how it comes out. Okay, on to eyes. I'm just going to quickly set with my Shape Tape, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the eyes are primed, and I'm going to be going in today with the Lila palette from Natasha Denona. Now, these are hands down like the best shades I have ever used. They are phenomenal. And this is not, from what I've heard, Tati's favorite of the Natasha Denona palettes, but as the only one I have, it's the one I'm going to use today. But her favorite color is purple. Surprisingly enough, I didn't plan that when I got dressed. But I'm going to start by taking a little bit of the middle shade in the Shade and Light palette, just because this palette doesn't have like a light transition color to set down any primer. So I'm just going to use the powder from the Kat Von D to do that. Okay, now that we are done there, I'm gonna be going in and I'm gonna start with Nude Mauve, which is this, it looks like a neutral like taupey gray, but it actually translates a little warmer on the eye. So I'm just going to take that and fluff that in the upper crease. And I'm going to take that, not all the way up to the brow bone, obviously, but I'm going to take that a little bit higher than I normally would, just to give the illusion that there's a little more lid space. You see how easy these blend out? Like, seriously, there's a reason that these are, like, some of the best shadows ever. Now, on a slightly smaller brush, I'm going to go in with Nude Vino, which is this slightly warmer, slightly more red shade, that is just on top of Nude Vino. And I'm going to take that a little bit lower, concentrating it a bit more just on the outer portion of the eye. And then once there's like nothing left on my brush, then I will swoop it into the inner portion. And now for a little extra warmth, I'm going to be taking Amara, which is this almost like terracotta shade. And I'm just going to fluff that just in the crease just to add a little bit more warmth. And I'm going to take that over both of the other shades just to kind of marry them together a little bit and give it a little bit more cohesive unity, I guess is a good word. So for the lid today, I'm going to be taking Amethyst, this like true beautiful purple, and I'm actually going to take that on my finger, which is how I found the best way to apply this shade. And once I get that on, I'm just going to blend away any harsh edges and take that purple a little into the crease. And now with Magnolia, I'm just, this very pretty like golden shade, I'm just gonna pop that just in the center of the lid, just to help give it a little bit more of like a shine. Now I'm just gonna finish that on this eye and I'll be right back. So I'm gonna do mascara on the upper lashes. I'm gonna be taking the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, obviously, and normally I would wait until I finish the lower lash line, but as Tati says, sometimes you need to see lashes to see how the whole look's gonna come together. So I'm gonna do lashes on top and then see what I wanna do on the bottom. Okay, so with the upper mascara done, I am thinking that I want to do something a little bit more bold on the lower lash line. So on a pencil brush, I'm going to start by taking that taupey shade, what was it called? Nude Vino, and running that on the lower lash line. Then on a definer brush, I'm going to go into Amara, that very pretty terracotta shade, and just take that a little closer to the lash line. And then I'm going to blend that out with that same pencil brush. And then I'm going to be taking, I think I'm going to do this one. I'm going to take Viola, which is this very pretty, like, it's almost like fuchsia meets purple. Like, I know there's a name for it, but I don't know it. And I'm going to take that on a really small pencil brush, and I'm just going to take that on the entire lower lash line. So to highlight both the brow bone and the inner corner, I'm going to be taking Juno, which is this pretty like rosy shade. Now normally I would not go in with something quite with this undertone for highlighting. So I'm going to see how it looks, and if I need to add some of that Lorac highlighter, I will. But I don't think I'm going to need to. It's got this really pretty like purple undertone without it being overpowering. Now what I love about this palette is that while it is a predominantly purple palette, it has a whole lot of different undertones of purple. So while yes, I've got a lot of purple going on, it doesn't feel super monochromatic. Now just to add a little bit more pizzazz, in the center of the lid, I'm going to take a little bit of the Stila Magnificent Metals. This is in the shade Diamond Dusk. Now I know I did kind of a gold shade there, but I'm going to go with a thin layer of a silver glitter because I think that this is going to really help to, if I do a thin layer, you'll kind of get both of those, but I really love the way purple and silver look together. And then while it's still wet, I'm just going to kind of buff on the out and inside with this, just to make sure that that glitter doesn't have like a really harsh line where it starts and where it ends. And now we know I like to take a little glitter in the inner corner, but no, I'm going to do it. I was going to say, but I'm not going to do it today. I totally am. I'm not going to take quite as much because I do want the lid to really be the focus of this. So I'm just going to take a little bit. And normally I would take that a little bit underneath and a little onto the outer part of the lid. Today I'm just going to stamp that just where I did my highlight. And to finish up the look today, this was actually the hardest thing to pick because I feel like I hear Tati talking about a different liquid lipstick that she loves in almost every video. So the fact that I was able to narrow it down, I did find a video from about a year ago where she said her top liquid lipstick formulas, and the two that she mentioned the most were from Jeffree Star and Jouer. Jeffree Star and Jouer. So I'm going to be taking Jeffree Star's Mannequin all over the lip, and I'm going to be taking Pampelmousse from Jouer in the center. Now, I have to agree with her completely. Like, these are two of my absolute favorite liquid lipstick formulas. Now, the Jouer, I don't love this one on its own because it is very metallic, which is why I'm going to take it just in the center of the lip today. But this shade, it's just this stunning rose gold, and I think with a really nude lip, it's just going to really pop. And that's the finished look. So this is my Tati-inspired Tati Made Me Do It video. Like, right on down to, you know, every single thing I used today was because Tati told me to. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure, if you haven't already, to subscribe so you can see all the fun stuff I post, because I do upload twice a week. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.